So Wimbledon's on TV, and I thought I'd talk to you about a phrase I hear a lot, and that's topspin in golf. So particularly people that slice the golf ball, they try and hit it with some topspin. So let's show you a high right slice, push slice. That's backspin, that number there. Loads of backspin. Let me show you some topspin with a lower drawy shot. And, oh wait, that's still backspin. There is no topspin. So look, I don't mind if your feeling of creating topspin is working, but understand there is no topspin in golf. Ball doesn't revolve that way. It's always spinning backwards, otherwise it just wouldn't go in the air. Now, from my very limited knowledge of tennis, if I wanted to hit a topspin forehand, I would get my racket, and I'll put some images alongside this as well, or videos. I'll get my racket somewhere down to the ground, and it would very much work
is that spin, no matter what spin you're hitting, craves speed.
The checkpoints are exaggerated. Let's say you are trying to get the club face here rather than here. Understand though, you've got to know the cause of why you're doing this in the first place. Is it grip related? Is it top of the swing related? It's very tough to go like weak hold, open face, go this way, and then try and save it. Probably won't happen. Even if you went with a weak hold, open club face here and went inside and tried to hit with some topspin, I think that's going to be very hard to control. So there are some things you can use in the golf swing. So if you are making some exaggerated changes, having the face down here is not a bad feeling if everything else is where it needs to be and matched up. And then releasing the club, it's not going to be this way. This is not a release you'll see in tennis. Their racket works up. And I don't mind that in golf, that sensation at all, because it's going to possibly help the attack angle, and it's not rolling the face over so much that you're going to just smother it down to the left-hand side. Okay, that shot I've hit there, by the way, very lucky. That could have gone miles left. Lucky, skillful, whatever. So there are some positions that we don't mind seeing as a drill, as a feeling, but understand it's not topspin. Even the curve on the ball with the draw isn't because of topspin. The curve is coming from, if you imagine this as the axis on the golf ball, the curve is coming with backspin because it's tilted like wings on a plane, and it's curving that way like a plane would. Backspin, like you can see here, is created from the angle of attack. So I was hitting 1.5 degrees up, and the dynamic loft, so loft at impact. So my loft at impact 13, hitting up 1.5. The difference is the spin loft, like you can see there. That's 11.7, it's almost 12. So with a wedge, you would be hitting down more loft at impact, more dynamic loft, you get more spin. Drive, I'm hitting up slightly with less loft at impact, less spin. Now, you're also going to get different spin for where you hit on the club face, and you're also going to get more spin with quicker swings, which is why a driver will tend to curve a little bit more. So it's a flat face, more spin because it's going to tilt the ball more. A whole other video about that if you want to. And it's going much quicker, so you're going to get a lot more spin as well, and it's hard to control. Now, going back to the tennis shots, again, if it's just a feeling, completely fine, but you're not trying to put topspin on the ball this way, the release is going to be very, very different. So make sure you change or know the cause of the shot you've hit first of all, or why you're slicing the golf ball in the first place. And if the sensation of this in tennis does help, I'm okay with that, if it's helping. But the release might be different to what you think a topspin forehand is, because a lot of people that tell me they're trying to hit a topspin forehand shot probably couldn't do it with a tennis racket anyway, or not to the level they would like, same as the golf sometimes. So if it's a feeling, completely fine. If you're making visual changes, completely fine, but it's got to work, and it's got to have the right result at the end of it, and it's got to be efficient, and it's got to be slightly more consistent, because it can get very dangerous you trying to rotate the club face, particularly if you've not fixed the path or what you need to up at the top of the backswing or in the backswing or in transition anyway. So if you are still going this way and you're trying to hit forehand topspin, at least it will go left and not slice out to the right, and then you can maybe learn to change the club path. But it's a dangerous move if you're getting it wrong or doing it the wrong way. So chat to your coach, understand why you're hitting the slice in the first place. If it's a task-based skill and if the topspin forehand sensation is working, not disastrous, but it can be very dangerous. You might end up a long way left.